The fate of the four candidates in the race to lead the Liberals is now in the hands of the party after tonight's final face-off in Montreal. Let's get straight to CTV's senior political correspondent Michael Couteur, who was watching tonight's English language debate. And Mike, like yesterday, the tone fairly friendly, fairly cordial. But where did we see the sharpest exchanges and who came out on top?
Yeah, it's interesting because we had heard before this debate a number of the campaigns saying they really wanted to make sure that they would differentiate themselves from the others, and that was seemingly the goal. We had heard early on that Karina Gould may take more jabs, maybe not full punches, Omar, but certainly she did, and she focused it on the presumptive frontrunner, Mark Carney. Listen to this exchange.
Mark, you talked about reaching NATO targets, but of all of us on stage, you plan to reach those not until 2030, but the imperative to do that is now.
I said by 2030.
Right.
And I said when I said it that we will do faster if we can deploy it faster in Canada. This is a management point. This is a core point about delivering security. And that is the issue, not just pushing money out the door.
And Mike, they were all at one point talking about one person who wasn't on that debate stage, that of course being Donald Trump and the threat coming from the U.S.
Yeah, exactly, and that has been the focus of this Liberal leadership as well. Who would be the best person to take on Donald Trump? Because we know the next person who wins this Liberal leadership will also be the Prime Minister of Canada, so that is one of the job descriptions that they will have to really take care of. It's interesting, though, we heard more from Chrystia Freeland today, taking shots at Pierre Poilievre as well, but certainly the other two candidates that we have yet to hear from in this report did have very pointed comments specifically about the U.S. president. Have a listen.
I'm going to go fly down and meet President Sheinbaum of Mexico. It's a very strong, smart lady. And I'm going to make a deal with her and say, look, we need to stand up together to Mr. Trump. He said he's putting 25% tariffs on both of us. He can't do that. It'll destroy his economy. So we need to call his bluff. And then what we need to do is take off the table what was already given for nothing, which is the work that we were going to do on our border for $1.3 billion and the work that she was going to do on her border.
A smart Canadian strategy needs to start with looking for allies, working in the first instance with Mexico, Panama, Denmark, and the EU, who all face the same sovereignty challenge.
And Omar, throughout this leadership process, nearly 400,000 Liberals have signed up to vote in the leadership contest and to decide who will become the next Prime Minister of Canada. They will have tomorrow. That's when the voting will open at 8 a.m. and they'll go all the way until March 9th at 3 o'clock, the same day that they will unveil who will be the next Liberal leader. Omar?
12 days to go. All right, Mike, thank you for this tonight.